Okay, so I guess this is our preseason sort of prediction kind of thing. Now we don't know yet because we don't know. We're assuming that yeah, I can't get it right. Yeah, a couple.
Papa Giorgio. I'm doing you a favor here.
Yakimakis.
You're not taking my lead.
No, I'm trying to get his name right. I'm trying to be appropriate.
You couldn't even get Gutman's name right all last season.
I know.
And you think you're going to get that?
Katz is trying to be respectable and get the man's name right.
Yakimakis. Anyway, so assuming we get Yakimakis, assuming we get Abrams, right? So we'll just assume that right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the prediction? How do you see us doing?
I think
put you on the spot right now.
I think we will be 7th in the table. All by just like we can't be 10th again. But I don't see. I mean, I think that 7th. We'll just make the playoffs. We'll fizzle out.
Carmen.
Oh, 8th. Does that make playoffs? I think it's the same. Basically, we'll make the playoffs.
7 makes the playoffs.
7 makes playoffs. 7 is just in the playoffs.
Oh God, we might be 8th. Then we might not make it. We're right there. We're right there, but nothing exciting.
I have us at 8 or 9. Yep. I don't think we make the playoffs. We might be a little bit better than last year, maybe a little bit closer. It is also possible to me that if we don't do well after a while, the rails could just totally fall off. People just totally abandon Pineda's system at all. And because I think, to be honest, the locker room culture that was the problem last year, without having been in the locker room, if I had to guess, it wasn't really a problem until we started losing.
Okay. So Dave, and I got this wrong when I posted it on Twitter, but in terms of Atlanta United's first 3 games, our last preseason game is at St. Louis, the new expansion team, which I actually thought was their starting game, which I was incorrect there.
Yeah, that's just an exhibition.
So our first game is against San Jose at home. San Jose, I think, was like bottom of the table, if I'm not mistaken, last year in their division. Got to win that, right? At home.
San Jose?
Yeah. Okay, win.
Yes.
Well, you say we have to win. Are we going to win?
Hold on. We have to win. It's a must win.
Yeah, it's a must win game.
Okay.
Right out
we are
the
going
gate.
to win. I'm going to be the positive person. We are going
Second game at home against Toronto. Second to last in the division, if I'm not mistaken.
They're a young team. Bradley's had a year to coach them for a year. They're going to be a better team this year.
We just got Sean Johnson.
Yeah,
they did. Team. Okay, well, that's going to be hard.
Why couldn't we get Sean Johnson?
Okay.
Because Kusan.
Still at home, still against a young team that shouldn't be good.
No,
might be good because it's MLS. I get it, but there's no reason we shouldn't win that game except for Sean Johnson. Because that guy can stop some goals.
Yeah,
man.
he really can.
You had to, you kind of threw that.
He good.
Curveball. He was good.
Very good.
All right.
My best,
then
my best
on the road, our first road game isn't that far away. It's in Charlotte. Okay. I started a team that played above their skis last year or over their skis.
They were good for a while. They just fell off the face of the earth towards the end, right?
I think they played on some adrenaline and got it, but I think there's a reckoning there. So I think we should go 3-0 to start the season. 2-1. Okay. Anything worse than that, we're in trouble.
I got a quote for you, Mikey Dobbs. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Pineda, when asked about the game overall,
the Chattanooga game,
we can see a lot of mistakes that we had. But also, Mikey Dobbs, a lot of good actions.
Name one.
Wait.
I'm asking our listeners. Listeners. Get on the chat and give me one good action.
We can see a lot of mistakes that we had, but also a lot of good actions. I really think that Chattanooga plays good football, and
they did.
They're a very good team.
They're a very good team for their level of league, but not an MLS team.
Yes, of course. I think their coach is terrific. Yeah. I think they actually play well. That's all true. Are they a very good team for playing against an MLS team?
No.
Not only that, they won the title last year in the 3rd division, right? They're not even in the USL. They're below the USL. They're
Seriously?
in the third. Yes, they're in the third division. They won the title though. But here's the problem. They won the title and something like 9 of their players are not returning because they all moved up to the USL because they were good.
Yeah, and in fact, I think if you want to put it on English Premier League terms, right, you've got MLS, USL, MLS Next, and then whatever league that is, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like Wrexham level.
Yeah. It's not it's
Whoa,
non-league. It's
back
non-league.
back up. So you're telling me they're like third tier
Yes.
and had only been in training camp
5
for
days.
about 5 days.
It was less than a week. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. My positivity is slow.
They scored 3 goals against our first team.
Carmen,
After we worked on defense all the preseason.
Because it's preseason, I'm like, I don't really care about the result or whatever. It can be a total free for all. And then the second half, we put in the younger players. And by the way, I'm not really judging this game on the second half where we put in the younger players. I actually thought they played way better than our starters.
Yes.
Way better.
Yeah, Noah Cobb looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's a little overhyped, but he looked good.
Yeah. So we're judging this on the first half and our starters and what our coach is trying to accomplish as far as tactics and a system that he's setting ourselves on a course to be ready for that San Jose game. Mm-hmm. I'm looking and I'm wondering what is going on. And it's just the definition of insanity because it was the same thing over and over again.
You know, it's crazy. I mean, maybe it's not crazy. We've been hanging out too long. I was literally going to say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And that was what I was looking for in this opening game. Okay. We maybe fix the culture or whatever in the thing, but basically we have a similar squad, right? So what's different? What are we going to do differently to fix the problems? And the answer is nothing.
Yeah.
We're going to do the exact same thing and hope that we don't have the injuries and Miles Robinson and Guzan and getting rid of a couple of attitudes is enough. And you're going to find out, dear podcast listeners, all of those people out there who say that, it was the injuries and it was the bad attitude. And as long as we have a good attitude and we don't have the injuries, we're going to be much, much better. You're going to find out whether that's true.
We are. And it's one thing if we come in 7th place or 6th place, and that's like best case scenario in my mind. But are we playing exciting, attractive football? Think back to 2017, right? From game 1, it was exciting soccer to watch. When can we get back to that? We don't have to even make the playoffs. I don't even care. Get back to exciting soccer.
Here's the interesting thing.
Boring.
So if you go back to Seattle, and I have now because, Pineda came from there, and Seattle is a little bit feast or famine. They have also the same formation with the attacking outside guys. They get a lot of guys forward. And when it's going right, it does score goals. When it's going poorly, they give up a bunch of goals, right? And so you kind of think, to be fair again to Pineda, and this is a new season, we're giving him, a new birth, right? His system is designed. We have the most players forward. I mean, you saw it. There are times when, and this is true of Seattle too, there are times when we have literally only 2 players back. So it's an aggressive system. It's supposed to be designed to score goals. And at times in Seattle, it works. They have overwhelmed other teams and score goals. So it is possible that would happen here and they could get on a run. The problem I have is that those teams were built that way. The outside backs are really much better. That they're built to be 2-on-1 on the outsides, right? They have guys playing together, playing for the team. They don't have an Araujo. They don't have a Thiago Almada, right? And so those guys are not going to go and play with you 2v1, and try to beat you with overwhelming, an overlap with, Brooks Lennon. Those guys are going to get on the ball, create things, dribble into gaps, make a play, whatever. It seems like we're at X's and O's, 6s and 7s. The team still does not fit that.
So question,